What's up, everybody? It's Friday and it's D&D night. We're gonna play some Empire of the Ghouls, and Manicuri is our DM, so he's just gonna take over and do some DMing. So go ahead.
All right, thanks everybody. So this is session 36 of Empire of the Ghouls, and we are.
Scrunch.
Last time when we ended up, we were right at the beginning of a fight. But before we jump straight into it, we haven't introduced ourselves, characters, for a little while. So let's go through and do a little brief introduction of who you are and what you're playing. So let's start off with the customer support bot.
I'm Jeremiah. I'm playing Customer Support Bot. He is a Gearforged fighter who was sent by Rava after some complaints about the quest via prayer. So he's a Customer Support Bot. He's there to deal with complaints with his glaive, mostly. He's not very bright, but he loves killing.
Awesome. All right, Tarian.
I'm Robin. I play Tyrion the Barbarian. He is a spunky guy that likes to work himself up to get angry in fights and likes to think he's the leader of the party and get new tattoos after every battle.
Excellent. And our host for every one of these, Quint.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Drake. I'm playing Quint tonight. He is a Shadow Fae rogue. He's also a Krakowian rebel, and he is pretty deeply entwined into at least the Krakowian portion of the adventure, and he's got some ties to the royal family, not personally, but through the Shadow Fae, anyways. So he's just a sneak attacker. Yeah.
Right. Blink.
Yeah, Blink is he is a kobold artificer. He was sent by one of the kobold kings down in Zobek to help out these guys and see what was going on and report back eventually. So he's been following these guys around and eating all the rats that we find along the way.
Awesome. And last, Sir Tegas.
So I'm Svenster77 playing Sir Tagos. He is a paladin, but instead of the normal knight in shining armor you would see, he is a dexterity paladin. His actually strength is his dump stat, and worships Sif, and he tries to keep the rest of these guys motivated and alive, and is insisting on killing these creatures that we just met.
All right. And in the last session, as I said, we left off where these three riders, ghouls,
Sorry.
came up and visited you in your camp, and they were all riding on top of these lovely little ghoul steeds. And after chatting for a little while, they
gonna
offered
serenade
to...
us or something? What's he doing there? Yeah.
Yeah, they offered to escort you to the Midnight Temple, where the ritual is going to be held. You guys decided that you wanted a little space, and so they backed off a little ways, um, and then you decided you were going to attack them. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. Push that to you.
I already noticed something I'm complaining about on the journal entries.
Oh,
The top bars. He's got the thing on top of the top bar, so when you go to drag it, you're dragging the note, the letters. You know, the word.
oh,
He's like covered up the top bar a little bit.
right. And place the grab onto the window.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, and everybody's rolled, and along with your party, each of you has control of one of the 5 Huldra maidens, Trollkin female warriors of Sif, and we're gonna start the party off. And well, first off, he doesn't know that you guys are ready to attack yet, so he's not really doing anything. So,
So,
Quint.
quick question for you.
Mhm.
Do you want me to roll for grace points initiative, or is that a set, like a layer action at 20 or something?
It's always on 20. Yeah. Did I not have?
Yeah,
That
it's
should be
0 right
20.
now. So is the cannon.
Yeah, the cannon goes on Blink's turn, so it doesn't matter. There, grace points is set, and it should reset itself every time. All right, so the grace points would have gone off actually first.
All right. I was trying to remind myself when. I know they recharge, but is that like a die roll, 4 to 5? I'm looking to see.
Uh, yeah, the support option has been used. The damage, harry, and rescue are available. Yeah, they're the
On
support.
initial count 20 on the following turn.
Wait, no, it shouldn't have been used.
Okay, so it does come back every turn to full.
Well,
okay.
There's rescue and support are on a recharge, so that's a roll if you use them. The
Gotcha.
others come back every turn. Damage and harry come back every turn.
So I'm actually not going to use anything right now, simply because I don't want to tip our hand at this point that we're going to be attacking. So I'm going to wait till next turn.
Okay. Oops, sorry. Quint?
Well, Quint's not gonna turn down the opportunity to get surprised on one of these guys. So he's like, oh, and he steps out from behind the tent, and he's like, he just tries to shoot this guy in the face. Now this is probably the time that Quint's gonna fumble, because you know how that goes.
We'll wait for that sad trombone.
Advantage?
No.
Do I have surprise on him?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
he,
He's not expecting an attack.
So, at least a little advantage, love. Twang. Spap.
That is a definite hit.
I think he noticed it, right? Did he notice that?
Yeah, he noticed that.
And then Quint's gonna be like, "Here they come," and he's gonna. It's dark. Is it dark out?
Yeah, this was evening. You guys had stopped for the evening,
Alright, so-
set up camp.
So,
I just had lighting turned off because there's no need for this map.
and click lock tokens, pretty please.
Who's customer support bot persuading?
I'm going to laugh really loud like it was a joke.
Okay.
My friends always shooting arrows at my other friends.
He's gonna move back here behind this bush, and as a bonus action, he's gonna hide.
All right. Do that. Gonna roll
Oh.
stealth.
Yeah, I'll put that in the tower for you.
It should be automatic. I tried turning on that local dice tower extension.
Oh yeah, let's give it a shot.
So just try it and see.
He would have his
Double
cloak
click
on
it.
too. Let's see. It did. Shadows.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, plus 10 to stealth is pretty baller.
Yeah, it
All
doesn't
right.
hurt when you roll a 20 too.
Damn it! I wanted that for my next attack.
So I'm playing a lot of Skyrim. So as this arrow sinks into him, he goes, "Huh? What? Somebody there?"
Huh?
I'm going to
What was that?
touch it and use my channel divinity to give myself a little bit of a speed burst and a little bit of an attack bonus. And I'm going to move over. Let's see. Let's try. Tokens are not locked. 10, 20, 30.
There, I locked it.
I'm going to go at least. Yeah, I think I'm going to go 40 feet.
Dungeon Alchemist. Is that
Yeah.
this map?
Which will then put
This
me
is
in
a
range.
Dungeon Alchemist map, yeah.
It took you all of 1 minute to make, probably. Well, you had to find the assets there for the campsites.
I expanded on the river. That's really it. It was so easy.
I was playing with it today. I was like working on a castle. I'm like, let me just see what's all in here. I wasn't planning anything. I was just putting shit on the map to see what it was.
Alright, so I'm going to move 45 then. I'll move up one more.
Okay.
And I will then throw out a couple shurikens at this ride the beast.
I don't think we get to see what these mounts are like.
The pictures or
No, the
fighting them?
fighting them.
Yeah, you didn't fight the last one.
Yeah, I don't think
The dude
so.
took off on it.
Yeah, he was like tied to a tree or something, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they definitely look like ghouls in fetish wear.
Alright, so as I move up, my robes hiding my armor, my hands are almost a blur as they duck underneath and come out with these shurikens, sink into the little creature, and pass it to Tyrion.
And you were intending to target the steed, not the ghoul
Yes.
itself. Okay.
Because he's too far away.
All right. So Tyrion,
Because he's on the mount. He's in the middle of the mount. He's too far away. That's pretty cool right there.
he when he leveled up, realized that he has the skill to, if he gets angry early on and while he's running at somebody, he can an extra half a movement. So
yeah.
he's gonna
Speedy legs.
just yell as he's running up, and they're gonna be like, "Who's this little guy? And what does he think he's doing?"
Say, coming through.
Run right through the shield maiden's legs.
Yeah, and I can still go attack the ghoul even though he's in the center, can't I?
Yes.
If my
yes.
reach is 5. Yeah.
So the way I'm doing it, there was an article on mounted combat done by RPG Bot, and it's kind of a helpful little abstraction. I'm doing the center of mass method, which is basically you occupy the centermost space, and if you're on an intersection, you're considered to occupy all of the spaces of that intersection. So it's as if you're 5 feet away.
Oh, so you could have hit him with
Gotcha.
the shuriken.
Yeah.
Could have.
So, okay, well, I'll try to hit him with my longsword. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do actually click my rage, so I should do that. Oops. And then I'll try hitting once more. Get him that time.
lazy nostril.
All right. Ready to suck? She's going to run right into battle, screaming something unintelligible. It sounds like she's reading the back of a shampoo bottle angrily and very fast. Also going to go for the mount. Try to get these guys off their ability to move around quickly. Yes, perfect. I accidentally let go of my greatsword, throwing it into the river.
All right. Well, Aedra Rotclaw kind of grins this big ghoulish grin all over his face, her face. I don't know. I don't know that it was said so.
Those parts fell off long ago.
Yes, androgynous. And she spurs. I'll use she. She spurs her mount directly towards customer support bot as she disappears beneath her mount.
Hello, friend.
Token stacking is a thing in Fantasy Grounds. It's a thing.
And she is wielding a lance, and she charges right into you with that
Speaking of inserting things into CS bot.
She goes to lance you.
I try to line it up with my USB port so it doesn't go in, and she has to flip it over.
Yeah. I don't know why it's never a 50-50 chance at it. It's wrong, flip it over, wrong, flip it back over, right. I don't know how that works.
She pierces you for 15 points of damage, skewering you. Meanwhile,
It was more like an HDMI. It's only one way.
as she stabs at you, her mount actually takes a bite at you. And her mount hits you too.
Idiot. I'm made of carcinogens.
Doing 17 points of damage.
Wow.
Enjoy
How
your
long-
microplastics.
How long will it take that mount to die of cancer?
I can't comment on that until the little civil suit we have going is closed. Allegedly, 5 to 10 days.
I wonder if
It's
they're
okay.
undead already. How long that?
And as it bites onto your leg, it kind of shakes really hard, and you fail on your saving throw, so you are knocked prone as it upends you and drops you on your back.
Ugh. Well, she is. How far away is she? She's gonna start moving. Running the same path that the halfling ran. But when she gets about here, she's gonna chuck a javelin at that guy.
Okay.
What? Where is she? Cohorts. There she is. Javelin. Here comes on that guy. All right.
You can also just double click on the token if you're lazy and stupid like me.
I did that. It didn't work.
You have to be lazier and stupider.
I was doing it in the combat tracker. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Oh, I didn't do the call. I could have done the call to arms. I didn't see that. Here's the damage. Javelin to the neck for 6 points of damage, and that's it. She's gonna pass her turn. There we go.
All right, I'm going to stand up.
Okay.
I'm going to pull the lance out of my chest cavity as a free action, I assume.
That's your object interaction.
Disengage skewer.
Yeah, disengage skewer, and this time I'm gonna go for the man's or the person,
He like
the thing.
like unhooks his arm, steps to the side as the lance comes out, then hooks his arm back in. And smackarolies.
Smacks her.
It's a glowing glaive to the face.
And I'm going to use my second wind. All done.
Okay, she's gonna brush her stupid hair out of her face and
Stupid hair.
take off. Oh, now I forget how much her movement is. She can get there.
Just
30.
tramples across the tent.
Yeah, she vaults over it. She's and she will go after that guy.
We don't need no
She'll
stinking
try
escorts.
one more time. Oh, it does not do well.
All right, so Haldra
Call to
moves up
arms did recharge.
25 feet. And then she's going to use her call to arms. I do not have the code, but you said you do. So I have them targeted. She runs up and gives a blood-curdling scream, startling and inspiring her friends.
Okay, give me 1 second. That's just advantage on attack, right?
Attacks, so multiple. If all three of them people I
For
picked
the
have multiple attacks, so it's until her start of her next turn.
that apply to everybody? It should have.
I don't see it on Certegas.
I don't see anything on Quint either.
All right, then that didn't go correctly. Give me a
It's
second,
not Quint, it's just Certegas, Tyrion, and
Oh.
Lazy Nostril.
I thought I was included in everybody.
Tyrion.
Three.
And
Only three people.
Lazy nostril. All right, applied.
Everybody that was targeted, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you rolled a nat 20 on a stealth check, so we forgot you existed.
Yeah, I just turned into a shadow. Like
And
shadow.
you have your own maiden if you want to boost yourself. Go
He
ahead.
leveled up. He
yeah.
gained invisibility somehow.
I think I have to be like close enough to actually hear her.
Teleported away.
Weren't there 5 of us at one point?
I'm currently in the shadow realm, okay? Just leave me alone. I'm enjoying it.
Hand
here.
lost a finger.
All right.
It would be
after
this
that,
one. It would be like that. Too bad.
Then when it returns, it's
Blink runs up and he is going to summon the cannon to there, which then moves to there. And then the cannon will give out some temporary hit points. Is it? It's 10 feet away. All right, so that's only those people.
Nice.
So I can't get everybody, but that's pretty good. And that's it.
all right. So this ghoul steed doesn't get the whole benefit of the running up attack, so it can't do the knock prone. But it is going to try to bite with its long neck. It reaches out and it tries to bite at the neck of this Huldra Shield Maiden. Biting her once, taking a big chunk out, and And then making a second attack, biting at her leg. Oh, this one's a critical hit. Takes out a big chunk of her thigh. 31 hit points of damage. That's a little better. And the ghoul steed is kind of giggling a little bit, and it's chewing the meat that it tore off this troll. All right, so he is too close to use his lance because he needs to be charging in order to do that. But you are within claw and bite range, so he's going to start off with the Shield Maiden and take a claw attack against her, swiping at her again, critting.
It's her stupid hair.
Yes, that stupid hair got in her eyes, and she was supposed
Holy
to duck.
dice. That was a lot of dice for.
Yeah. And taking a saving throw, which she succeeds on. And then it attempts to reach down and bite at this chunk of flesh that is hanging loose that he just tore at, hitting with his bite, doing 16 points of damage. And again, make the saving throw, which she succeeds on. So yeah, these guys are tougher than the last set of ghouls you met. These are much better equipped as well. You notice they're wearing much fancier armor. They're wearing breastplate. They're fully decked out with crossbows and lances and
Yeah, they're definitely the
weapons.
royal patrol or whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
In Midgard parlance, they're called iron ghouls. So.
All right.
I swear you named some of these shield maidens. Come on, hairy legs, stupid hair.
Oh, that was
we
us.
named them.
You guys named them that way.
Oh.
All right.
Maybe I didn't get the name one because I wasn't here that night. I think.
I think
don't
so.
remember it.
Maybe, yeah.
All right, Hairy Legs is going to run right up there next to this one, and then she is also going to use her call to arms on the three that I have targeted. So Halfrid, CSB, and Blink.
Okay.
And you can do that, right, John?
Yes.
Okay.
Theoretically.
CSB, Blink, and Halfrid. All set?
All right, perfect. Thank you.
All right, the Ghoul Steed. This one looks over at the Shield Maiden with a hungry look in his eye as he tries to bite her.
Sentineled.
All right, go ahead and
somebody
do your
that
Sentinel.
actually pays attention that they have Sentinel. I like it. I like it. We don't have to remind him or nothing.
This is the only thing I can do. Don't know why that.
That's a hit.
Okay.
You had advantage because of the call to arms.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought I cheated. Cool.
In this case, you cheated correctly. So, as you notice, the damage has been absorbed somewhat, as this creature had temporary hit points for some reason.
Oh no, they have a cannon.
Oh god.
All right, so its bite did succeed. That doesn't end the attack, right? It just gives you a free attack.
Yeah. I mean, unless it kills him, it doesn't end the attack.
Right. All right. Bites and then bites again. He's hungry, and she's a much tastier snack than you are, CSB. noticeably longish. Wants to start eating the shield maiden as well. They just look tasty to them for some reason. And attempts to bite her, manages to hit.
It's basically like a self-healing hamburger to them, so I get it.
Mm-hmm. As she goes down.
Does he at least eat her hair?
Her stupid hair?
Yeah, then we just call her stupid.
Not nice.
Stupid balding. That way we're making fun of her balding head that's got...
Customer support bot.
Okay, going for the tiny man.
Need to come up with a way to administer healing with an arrow. Tape a potion to it.
They have an alchemical arrow.
Yeah,
There's an
but
alchemical
it
arrow.
doesn't
You
say
can use it.
healing.
You can apply a potion to an alchemical arrow, I thought.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, but I got lots of them, and it doesn't say nothing about a healing potion, but I would do that. I mean, you got to do less damage than...
then you heal.
It
You
only
heal.
does like 1d4 anyway. It
It-
does less damage than a normal arrow.
Yeah, but if they don't know it's coming, then I get sneak attack, and then it's just all over the place.
Yeah, but if they're already at 0, it doesn't matter, right? You just you hit them, and then whatever damage you do then is healed by the potion.
That's one
I
point.
used my action surge, that's why I had extra attacks.
I just can't outright
Chopping
kill
this
them,
thing
right?
to pieces. All right, Careless Stride still has no interest in customer support bot. Naturally.
Still gonna get Sentinel.
Yep. He didn't care. All right, go ahead and again, as some of the damage was absorbed. Doing minimal damage, he managed to block at least a chunk of the damage from it. As he bites again, hits again. These things are very good at hitting these ladies. And then I need to roll 2 of those. As it gains back some temporary hit points. Every time the ghoul steeds bite, they gain back temporary hit points.
All right, so we're going to rescue Stupid Hair, pull her back to here, and we're going to use 3 points, so she gains 3 hit points.
Okay.
And then
3
we're
hit
also
points.
correct. And then we're going to harry 2 enemy creatures, so we're going to do the 2 of them fighting Tyrion. Start with the ghoul.
And it
He
fails its
fails.
saving throw.
And then we'll go with the mount.
He
He
succeeds.
succeeds. All right, so the ghoul has disadvantage on its first attack
Okay.
in the next turn. And I do not have a thing for that.
I got it. This
Okay.
attack for its next action, right?
Yes.
For,
and that
is
is
it
it for
1
the-
round?
It's just next attack.
Next attack. Okay. Just make sure
First
I'm
attack roll.
applying
Yep.
applying it correctly. All right, it's applied.
All right, so then it is Quint.
All right, so Quint's gonna pop up about 15 feet, enough to get over the top of everyone to shoot this thing that's on his mount. Is that
Oh
high
yeah,
enough?
easily. Oh yeah, definitely.
And 65 feet away with a longbow, no problem. As he fires an arrow off. Twang!
And you were hidden
Oh, yeah. Let me.
So
Can I
you
roll
should
that
have
again?
advantage. He's not paying attention to you at all. Yeah, you can go ahead and re-roll that.
Twang. Advantage. All right.
That turned it to a hit.
Oh, I forgot to apply my sneak attack. Let me give. Let me re-roll. Let me re-roll that.
Okay. Let me heal.
Here. Oh, you got it. Okay. I'll get the sneak attack while you're doing that.
Yep.
Sneak attack. Oh, it's not adjusted. I didn't adjust it yet. I haven't had to adjust it yet. All right, let me apply that.
Still gonna do 1d6.
Hmm?
Still gonna do sneak attack 1d6.
No, it was at
At
3d6
8th level,
and
7th level.
not 46. Did that apply? Didn't apply. What the hell? Oh, duh. I just put it on him. Take that off of him for me while I do damage.
Gotcha.
It's been a while, I guess, since I used the manual method.
Yeah, it shouldn't be set to target. It should be always set to self.
Yeah, I drug it on him like a dune bag.
Ah.
A dune bag. I don't know what a dune bag is, but there's the sneak attack damage.
All right.
And again, the same thing. Well, I don't really need to be stealth, so he's gonna move another 15 feet forward. Right there, and pass his turn.
All right. Noticeably longish. No longer has his shield maiden to bite on. But he doesn't really care because he is going to go after her anyway. He likes the taste of her meat and runs on over. So, Tyrion, you are going to get an attack of opportunity against it.
Just it or both of them?
You only get one. You're using your reaction.
Oh,
So
right. That's, yeah.
it's- You can take your pick.
Oops, wrong.
The ghoul on top of it doesn't seem particularly happy that it moved. They're not in like full control.
It's like, please don't run off. Please don't run off.
No, stay here. Oh, critically hitting it.
Nice.
It's like I have complete control of my dog unless there's
Max
food.
damage 27. That was
Very
a good
nice.
hit.
Oink.
Sorry, stupid hair. I
Wow.
sentineled once already this round.
All right. This guy wants some lunch and misses the first attack. It's the first time they've missed. Tries to bite again with advantage because she's prone.
Well,
Yeah, she was unconscious and then you
Yes.
rescued her, so she's still prone. So the second one is a hit. And
Ouch.
wow.
damages her again. Blink.
Add a way to soak up those hit points.
All right. Blink is going to, let's see, it'll go right there. And I'm going to cast Shatter.
Okay.
Move that now. So,
Shatter spell. No.
yeah, right. All right. I think I've got them all targeted. Hopefully. Else.
I love Shatter. I want to cast it in a potion shop.
Fail, 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 fail.
Yes.
Yeah.
4
I love that.
failures.
That's
Beautiful.
amazing. And add some of that to it. Here we go.
Nice.
As the one sitting on the steed's head explodes, and there's bits of ghoul brains all over the floor, all over the back of the steed. But the steed doesn't seem to care. He's busy eating lunch. He's chewing on this shield maiden that's on the floor.
All right. The cannon is gonna move a little bit over to here, and then do some more temporary hit points, real quick, to the people it can get to. And
So
then I
if
will be
we
done.
if we feed them out a bunch of Tums, does that stop the acid and she can regenerate inside of his stomach? I'm just asking.
Grow.
All right, Tyrion's gonna move up to this guy, try to get him to stop chewing on his friend.
Alrighty.
Oops, I forgot to. Uh,
Target.
yeah,
Drag it right on him. Boom.
and we'll do one more.
As mounts, they do have a lot of hit points.
Are they in the saddlebags? If we take the saddlebags, do they lose the hit points?
All right, so the ghoul, again, I think this is the first time he's gone. He drops his lance because it's useless for him. And he's going to start slashing and biting at this shield maiden. Starts off with his claws, slashing at her, scraping her right across the face, doing 12 points of damage. And she fails her saving throw
She turns into a ghoul.
and is paralyzed. Yeah, so she's stuck. And then he bites her with advantage now because she's paralyzed.
Uh-oh. She's worse than paralyzed.
And she drops, but she makes her saving throw.
Was it dexterity saving throw?
She made a...
Oh, never mind.
No. Say Constitution.
I was just looking at paralyzed and I thought dex. So I was like, you should have had advantage, but it wasn't dex.
No. This is ghoul poison, essentially.
So I'm going to move up. He's moving the cannon around, but I'm going to move up. Need to get within 30 feet. So I'm going to move down below Tyrion. And then the little locket around my neck explodes into a burst of sunlight.
The holy robes of Adeline? What? Holy something?
Sister Adeline? Yeah.
Yeah.
Saint Adeline. Immediately Blink and Quint shield their eyes. Ah!
Wow.
And they
Rhymes
get
giggle.
blasted by this radiant light that comes out and just burns into them.
Yeah, they did not like that terribly much.
I die, I live again. She's gonna stand up.
Okay, let me remove prone from her.
She's just gonna move forward a little bit to see if, before she dies, if she can land one hit on somebody who's almost dead.
She's still paralyzed?
Oh wait, yeah.
Oh yeah, she's...
Is she paralyzed? She died. Does that cure? Is that the final cure?
Does the
let
effect
me look
end
at-
if you die? Fall unconscious, you mean?
One strange trick that doctors hate.
No, it's for 1 minute, and you can repeat your saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
All right. Well, I'm not going to do anything then. And I'll just repeat that saving throw. Well, which one was that, Con? You said?
Yeah, just a con save if you want to just roll a con save.
Yeah,
DC
so if,
11. Yeah, easy.
If you get attacked by anybody within 5 feet of her, it's a crit.
She's not paralyzed, but she's prone.
The delicious meal ready.
At least it's not a crit now. It's just an advantage still.
Yeah. This will be awesome for her remaining hit point.
It's like the never-ending salad bar. You just keep eating and you just keep going back, and there's more. It just keeps regenerating.
Always more. You can fill up.
It's like the Golden Corral around here.
And then it still has its rider. I was gonna say if it didn't have its rider, it would grab her and start running away with her to eat her somewhere else. But its rider is still keeping it in place. So he is going to move around to here and come on. Go. Make sure I'm selecting the right one and try to bite Miss Ernest Giggle from behind.
This feels like racism, ghouls. You're targeting one group of people more than other groups of people.
Yeah, they have apparently eaten these ladies before, and they're soft targets, and they can just keep eating and eating and eating and fill that insatiable hunger that these ghouls have. Critically wounding her, and
You need at least one to survive,
critically wounding
so that they can tell their friends that we didn't just murder them.
Well, Tallfinger's gonna step up with her, drawing out her longsword, and is going to try to give this thing some metal in the face. This mount. So she trips over the cannon, freaking chips her tooth, and she can try it again. She's got multi-attack.
Yeah, she can fail twice.
Let's see. She didn't. She hit. Wow.
hit.
Nice.
She's only using it one-handed because she's got her shield, and 8 points. She didn't kill it. What the hell? Back on my table, they always have 1 hit point. Yours, they always have more than the next attack. I don't know what it is.
It's that extension.
Never die extension.
The never die extension. All right, this one's still going to focus on customer support bot, because she is actually smart enough to realize that these shield maidens are not quite as much of a threat, and so she is going to attempt to slice CSB with her claws, hitting, doing a bunch of damage there. 13 it looks like. And
If it's poison, I'm immune.
so the description is if the target is a creature other than an elf or undead. Are you immune to paralysis for some reason?
No, you said it was a ghoul poison, so I thought I'd be immune to it because I'm immune to toxins.
Yeah, it's not a poison. It's not doing poison damage. It's an undead necrotic power of it. The bite is what infects you with Darkle fever, but the claws just paralyze you.
I see. Ghoul claws, famously corrosive to metals.
Yes. He doesn't want to eat you, but he doesn't mind slicing you up and messing your hydraulic fluid up so it can't.
He crosses some wires. He's like.
And then it really doesn't want to bite you, so it's not going to bite you. It is going to attempt to bite the shield maiden, though.
Some more food.
And it reaches over, takes a bite out of her, And she succeeds on her saving throw as well. Why are none of you gonna get Darakul fever? Man. Alright, stupid hair wakes up.
I'm yeah, able to
Your hair's all like
stand up.
Kramer.
I'll see if I can take out this guy that was trying to eat me because she
None
didn't
of these
like
guys
that.
do fire or acid damage, so
Right? They can't stop the regeneration.
they really can't do anything to stop them without eating them whole.
That's acid damage. That's true.
Right. They're not going to do that in 6
That's why
seconds.
I said feed them a bunch of Tums so it doesn't, and then they regenerate inside. Yeah, yeah.
That hits. As it seems like it's going down for just a second, and then it shakes it off as it fails to die on you.
All right. Hairy Legs would like to stand up. Can you remove that for me, John?
Yep.
Corvidal bought Tarian a potion of greater healing.
Nice.
Oh, thank you.
Here you go.
Thank you. And then she's just gonna attack this noticeably longish one, because that one should be dead, but for some reason it's not. And has advantage for some reason.
It fell prone when it went down. It hasn't stood up yet.
Got it.
I have an extension that automatically adds prone when something drops.
Nice. All right. Well, she's still gonna keep whacking at this thing, thinking it should be dead. And maybe if she hits it enough times, no, that's not gonna do it. A 1 and a 2 is that's not good enough.
All right, so Peter is freaking out.
Call to Arms did not recharge.
Okay, thank you. All right, so she's going to sort of sandwich in between these people. She's her fellow maidens. She's going to run around to cannot. All right, so she's just going to move 15. Hope this guy goes down as she swings. Come on. There we go. Swings her sword. Trying to put this thing down.
That hits. Bashing on it. As it just keeps wiggling and moving.
Now, they took radiant damage.
The radiant damage isn't what killed them, though. It's not like regeneration. It has to be the attack that does the radiant damage that kills them, or a crit. Neither of those can they resist. As this time, you finish the deal.
And then she will move up to there. Try to put herself in between at least this one and a couple of her sisters.
Top of the round.
Sir Tegas, you notice this Adra Rotclaw looking at you with just absolute murder in its eyes as it's staring right at the holy robes that you have around your neck.
Okay, none of them have cast any kind of spells that I've seen, correct?
You're not aware of any spells being cast by any of them.
Alright, so I'm going to lash out with this really thin, long sword. And then I'm going to boost it just a bit.
Smite.
There it is. Sorry. Alright, so she can stare at me as much as she wants as I swing down at her steed.
It's merely a flesh wound.
She slumps off towards you, trying to grab at it as the life ebbs out of her.
So I've never tried.
Tang?
Am I able to do this? Not Divine Smite. It is. There it is, Divine Smite. When you hit with a creature, you can spend a spell slot. So I can do it more than once then, correct? On the same turn?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so I am going to do that again because these
Every
things
time
aren't
you
dying
hit.
unless it's radiant. So I'm doing it again. As it just keeps swinging the blade, it continues to shine.
Yeah, this thing
Very
cannot
nice.
handle that.
And because it's radiant, they are not resisting that. And I'm going to go move all the way around.
All the way around. Bloop. Token gone. You don't have to go around.
And
From all the regeneration and not dying, are we ankle deep in blood now?
still not close to the cannon, but I'm closer. Been 15 feet away from it almost every round.
Why don't you go there?
Nah, it's fine.
Cut
I
through the enemy space.
That's not an enemy space.
I got you. You're
Yeah.
good.
You would
Because
just
I
go.
can't cut diagonally through the enemy space. That's cutting through the enemy space.
Oh.
All right, so
Just cheat a little, would you?
I'm gonna move there. And the cannon is going to, let's see. Does he have himself targeted? Not yet. All right, target himself. That and that and that and that. Okay. So the cannon will do some temporary hit points. All right, and then now the guy riding the mount is, you said it's like he's in all four squares, right? So I can melee him without any penalties.
He also has
Yep.
plate armor on if you want to zap him.
That's what I was gonna do. So yeah, I have advantage on my shocking grasp against this guy.
Shocking.
Fantasy
That
Grounds
helped. That's
Academy
again.
in the house. Thank you for the biddies.
Hey, Leru.
What's up, Leru? Shopping.
There we go. All right, and he can't take reactions if that matters.
That includes smirky looks at everyone too.
Alright, so Iron Knight is shocked because she's not last for the first time this combat. Not sure what to do. And move up and around. Try to take this thing out.
Checking out Fallout. Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
That's a mess. Trying it again. There we go.
Find a little gap in his breastplate. Sink that long sword deep.
Alright, so she does a little bit of damage, but gets rid of that temporary hit points. Alright, so now we're going to... None of them have... Oh, she's dropped. So she's going to move her up to 30 feet. So we're going to move... Oh, has call to arms recharged? It's been 2 turns since I last used it.
For Halfrid or the grace points?
Oh, I'm sorry. Grace, it's called rescue. Has rescue recharged?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So I'm moving her 30 feet, doing the same thing as the last time. 3 points, so she gets 3 hit points back.
Okay.
And then
so
last
lazy nostril.
Yes. And then last point, we're going to damage. So, and it's each person within 5 feet, so that'll be both. The Steed, he fails. Now, do I roll once for each?
Just
once
roll
for
it
both?
once for both is fine. Either way, I don't care.
Okay, then good. It's each.
Goridal bought CS bot a potion of greater healing.
Very nice.
Thank you for interpreting his "for anyone who needs it" as a "for me."
Well, you're the only one wounded, except for the NPCs, so I say PCs are first, and then NPCs are next.
They regenerate. They'll be okay.
Just kind of thinking that too, so.
All right, I will do some stabby at this guy. And one more time.
Stabbiness.
So got a couple stabbies in. And he is done.
And or is that for the good NPCs or the bad NPCs? Laroon Fantasy Grounds Academy bought advantage for the DM.
NPCs for all the NPCs.
I think it's for the next NPC that attacks.
The bad. All right.
Nice. Only 2 left. May as well
Quint's
boost
gonna kind of move forward a little bit and get another.
Well,
minus.
our shield maidens can't hit anything, so they're pretty bad.
Oh, I forgot to roll. Do I have advantage?
No.
No. Yeah. Well, there you go. I missed. And as a bonus action, I'm going to go in the tent and sulk. Is that a thing that rogues can do when they miss? Because all I get is one shot. And...
All right. So at advantage, this thing is going to take a bite out of Blink. And yes, CSB, you'll get your Sentinel.
I'm paralyzed still, I think.
With advantage.
With advantage. And still misses Blink.
Brought to you by Fantasy Grounds Academy.
And then tries to slash at Blink.
Blink's just small. He's hard to hit.
Yeah, he's hard target. He's sitting on top of this big, ugly ghoul steed and reach down. You just can't get close enough.
Okay, con save. I'm going to use my inspiration.
All right, it's a DC 11.
I know. I hate losing.
Yeah, you're not very good at it.
Yeah.
CSB downgrades his operating system.
Windows 3.1.
Yeah, no more colors. It's amber screen.
Vista.
Ugh. Windows
All
ME.
right. So this thing continues to chew on hairy legs.
Spitting out hairs.
Takes a chunk out of her leg.
Munching
And
on her.
sees she's down, so he's going to take a chunk out of stupid hair's legs as well. He likes troll legs. Misses, bites onto her shin guards or something.
All right, so stupid hair is tired of these guys chewing on her and her friends, so she's gonna try to hit the steed.
All right.
Yeah, she does. All right.
See, bad dog.
And one more time.
One more time. Oh, another crit. You called it, too.
Oh,
One more
crit.
time.
Oops, I rolled
She's
it
like,
on the wrong guy on accident.
quit making
Oh,
fun
no, I
of
got
my
that. Okay.
hair.
She was really ticked off, so she was really going for it.
Almost maximum damage, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Lazy Nostrils kind of lying on the ground still, trying to.
She's trying to breathe out of one nostril.
Yeah, so she's just going to do call to arms, and she's going to target Tegas, Halfrid, and Tarian.
Tagod, Halfrid, and Tarian. All right.
Thank you.
Tegas, Halfrid, and Tarian. All right, added.
Thank you.
She's
And then she's
staying
going to.
prone?
Yeah. No, she's going to stand up.
Okay. I just
She's going to
making sure.
sway, though, when she does it.
All right. Hairy Legs is also tired of getting munched on, and is going to attack the mount.
You're prone still.
Ah, well, I still hit.
You
So
stab it in the mouth.
It's not the
Junk.
hit when it's chewing on one of your legs.
yeah, right. All right, and can you remove that prone for me, John?
It's gone.
Thank you. For my second attack, she will stand up this time and try to stab it again. I should have stayed on the ground. She was better on the ground.
I would call that cocked, man. You
ground
should get to
fighter.
roll that over. That was cocked.
Yeah, right?
Did you see that? It's like an 8,
was so
almost an
close.
18.
Yep, jack die. Jack die.
So she's gonna try to stay in this fight. Everybody keeps running away from Tallfinger, but she's gonna come running around and try to hit this thing with her longsword. The ghoul. And of course misses and tries it again. And oh, I think I got it. Doing some slashing damage. And passing her turn. Hairy Legs.
All right, she's gonna lay down and attack this guy.
She did so well.
Slowly whittling away.
It's like we should be playing Clockwork Orange or something right now on this thing. Singing in the rain.
All right, so I'm going to slash out with my sword.
With advantage.
Thanks to the advantage given to me by the call to arms.
And this time scoring a crit. Not
Nice.
quite killing it though.
All right. taking it down to get in there.
If you just
And
roll one more hit point.
this grace points is not.
Rescue and
I mean,
support
there's
have
nobody-
not recharged.
Okay, yeah, there's nobody there to rescue anyway, so we're good. I'm going to damage using all 4 points. So we'll go with. I'm going to do it the right way. Let's see. Control.
It must be terrifying to us because we're all in like a huddle. So all the shield maidens are just throwing their javelins straight up in the air.
Yeah.
It's like lawn darts, you know? They're not dangerous at all.
Okay, I guess I won't do it. It's not letting me target him, so I'll just do it the way I've been doing it. Boom. Boom.
You didn't get the water flowing in the river. What's up with that?
Oh, I forgot to add the effect.
There's an agar factory upstream, so it's all gelatin now.
All right,
It's
so
flown,
here's Ghoul
flown
Speed.
from Ankh-Morpork.
It's just a one really long gelatinous cube. Strung out.
So when the horse dies, since it's a mounting rules, what is the rule? Does he have to make a
The
saving
horse doesn't
throw?
die.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
Damn it.
But he goes prone though. Does that guy get crushed by it?
The horse does go prone. So I'm gonna rule that
I think it's
according to the rules, you can't dismount unless it's as part of your move action. So if the horse goes prone, you're gonna go prone.
I thought you
he
get a save or something if I remember the rule, but
takes 10 points. He heals 10 points because he succeeded in his save.
we got to get these
Okay.
mounting rules correct because eventually our paladin's going to have a frickin' warhorse. I mean, maybe.
Force
Have a war horse.
dismounting.
I just you won't let me
DC 10
take it
deck
anymore.
save. That's it.
I was going to wait to see if there was one of the mounts left without a rider, and I was going to click the Mount Warhorse button to see if John let that happen, but it never happened. So.
Because you were
Alright,
trying
so
to
he made his
mount
deck
it
save,
wrong.
so he drops, but he's not prone.
Slides off the saddle.
Slides off a little bit. So now he's on the ground next to this thing. I'm going to put him right there because that's one of the only spaces open.
And he gets 10 hit points back.
The ghoul? Okay.
Sentinel works though, doesn't it?
I'm still paralyzed.
I was kidding because he got knocked off the mount.
All right, Lazy Nostril only got to use one of her 3 call to arms people before her turn because she sucks. So she's going to walk up and try to watch this ghoul steed not die as it giggles.
Why are the tokens like flickering every now and then?
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's weird.
It's like the Trollkin can't decide whether or not they hate us. They keep going slightly.
Flickering like now?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Are you hovering over him or something?
Yeah, I thought that wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, I see
Show
like
on the
tearing.
player
Oh, I
side.
see. Yeah, I see. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Oh, weird. Okay. Maybe I'll turn that one off.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's me
it's
mousing
just
over them.
minor. It's just real minor, but it's different.
It shouldn't display on the player side. It's supposed to be purely DM side. It's bad coding.
Yeah, it's kind of giving away. Oh, he's looking at this guy. Oh, he's looking at that guy.
Yeah. Well, it's as my mouse passes over everything in the combat tracker, so it's going to jump all over the place.
Yeah, it does. It goes. All right.
As it failed to resist death.
aha, I resisted death several times. I've seen horrors.
Well, the mad, stupid hair that's doing 2 crits back to back gets to finish off the ghoul. Is that what's happening?
Maybe.
So Sure, let's try it. Not that time. I didn't even see the ghoul. I was like, oh, so we're out of combat, right? Like,
That's kind of why I said something. Because I thought that too for a second. Then I'm like, wait, he's Clockwork Oranging us. It's critical.
all right.
Getting
So
there.
getting there, and then he gets a chance.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Well,
The
he is
last...
going to disengage, and he's probably going to end up dying running, but he's going to run.
Oh man, shooting guys in the back as they run away, that's Blink's specialty.
You better
yeah,
hit,
Tyrion.
because Quint's...
Tyrion's
You hear Quint's little wings behind you.
not gonna stand for that. He's gonna try to like come around the other side of it too, like, you know. Like that, and then he's gonna try to see if he can kill him before he gets away.
Now running away.
I don't think so.
Oh. There it is.
All right. Not great damage though. So
Close. So close.
All right, well, the cannon can give out a few temporary hit points before
For bedtime.
combat ends. And then Blink will just move up to where he can get a nice clean shot at this guy.
Firebolt in the back as all of the trolls around you, Uldra,
They
kind
all
of shrink away from you, flinch a little bit. Keep that
Oh
away
no,
from
it's
us.
fine. There it is. I swear, every time somebody runs from us, Blink is the one who shoots him in the back.
timing. Da, da, da.
Dun, 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 dun. And we
Yes,
are
I'm not
out
paralyzed.
of combat. Good job. Let me clear out initiatives.
We should have like a macro or something that it plays the Sirenscape sound, it unlocks the token, and it takes everyone out of combat with one press. Boop. I would use it a lot.
Yeah. Throw it on like the image toolbar.
I would just put it on the hotbar, but yeah.
I mean, as a from a program perspective, where to put it, you know, as a extension creator, you need some way to
put it right next to the delete NPC or delete all buttons or whatever on the combat tracker right there.
Oh yeah. Make a little end combat button that does all of that.
Could delete all the dead guys out of the combat tracker and everything.
I'm going to go through the saddlebags, but I'm also going to put on one of the saddles and strut around like one of those creatures, making everybody uncomfortable.
I want to ride him. I'll get on top. Okay, let's go.
I present to you.
All right. Searching through the saddlebags is maybe not so disgusting for you, but for everyone else, it's just body parts of various humanoids. You're not really sure, in various stages of decomposition, and
Tall fingers.
that's really all
Didn't take any damage.
Any jewelry on any of the body parts? I'm like holding one of the hands in my mouth so I can keep going through the bag.
No jewelry. They are just each of them were carrying a lance. Why is that record not opening up?
I'm going to hammer throw the saddlebags as far away from me as I can into a random direction.
Aim for the river.
Do these are there any like keys or anything on anybody? Like
No, they really weren't carrying much of anything. They were. Let me pull it up. They just had their weapons and armor, breastplates, light crossbow, and a lance that they dropped after the first charge attack. But that's really all they had. And let's
So we could
see, was there
put their
anything else?
breastplates on and we get some coconuts. You think we could like use our performance and
Hey,
pretend
could
like we're the
decrease your
patrol
speed,
coming back when we
I
approach the castle?
suppose.
Yeah, I'm gonna Hannibal Lecter and try to put on one of the mount skins before you guys can stop me.
Some,
Climb in.
yeah, we could get two people, one in the front, one in the back of the dead body, and they can act like the mount. Or like Blink is in the back of one, and the halfling's in the back of the other. Yeah, no.
Yeah, pretty disgusting. But yeah, it's getting on in towards evening. They really don't have anything. Just as I said, the equipment that they were carrying. They're not even carrying maps or anything.
So I think we'd at least take a minute to try to obscure the bodies,
Yeah,
not
put
bury
some
them,
bushes
but
over them and stuff.
yeah, just in case another patrol happens along.
Hmm.
We're not just sitting here hanging out around the campfire with a bunch of dead undead hanging
How
around.
fast is the river flowing and how deep is it?
The stream little thing next to you is only, maybe a foot deep,
Okay.
maybe 2 feet at the deepest, and it's just kind of slowly meandering down. But yeah, you can bury the bodies, leave a nice little food cache for the next set of ghouls to come by.
Yeah. Come on over here, gals. Get warm by the fire.
None of the native animals are going to want to eat it. Let me unparalyze CSB. Anyone else? All right, so there's no other effects to take care of. Yeah, so what do you want to do?
Long rest? Finish sleeping?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good night. Alrighty. And
So
you guys, go ahead.
before we bed down, I will spend 10 minutes and heal CSB just in case we need to. Something happens in the middle of the night.
Oh, thanks, man.
Oh yeah, that's a ritual. I can do that too.
Yeah, you can do that all night long.
There you go. I do a
All
ritual,
night long. Oh,
little
yeah.
prayer. You'll notice that mine and Blink's rituals are significantly different. Mine doesn't involve any ingesting of rats, or they both involve dancing though. So
Yeah, mine's kind of half-hearted though. Blink doesn't really seem to care right now.
He
It's
does
like
get,
whatever, you're fine.
he does twirl a couple dead rats around by the tail when you start dancing a little bit. Then he's like,
He eats them instead of completing the ritual fully. So.
oh, look, his head's almost off.
All right, well, you guys get a long rest.
Level up? What? Oh.
And the evening passes on to the 17th. Let me set the calendar. And in the morning, the Shield Maidens, or the Valkyries, stop by and pick you up. They look over at where you buried the bodies. They seem to eyeball it directly for some reason, but they don't say anything.
Do we tell him?
Do you?
Like,
I mean, you
he
can.
whispers over to somebody. Should we tell him we killed the patrol?
No, I delete my browser history every morning as a favor to you guys.
No, they're not like super friendly, so Blink doesn't tell them
Right.
anything.
I mean, Quint's kind of been like All of his advances have been just ignored completely.
Yeah, you really get the sense they don't care about you or your mission at all. They're only responding because the Huldra asked them to, and
Like they're
they
like,
have good relationships with the Huldra. You're completely unimportant to them.
just get on, is what they say.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, we're way too good for you, and we can't believe we're like lowering
Take the-
ourselves to this.
Yeah, we're freaking, rickshaw drivers, right? Picking you up and dropping you off all day, every day. But regardless, they pick you up without complaint and fly you to the end of the day. It's an uneventful day. And as they come into land, they tell you that they're going to drop you off right at the border of the river. And the river is a few days travel right across the river. It's a wide river. Right across the river is the beginning of the forest. And you'll have to pass through the forest to get to Nordheim on the other side. And let me share that.
Are we doing okay
map
on
with you.
time?
We're gonna take a break here.
No, I meant our characters. To get to the, do we think we are?
You got to get there by the evening of the 20th. So it's a few days journey. Kind of depends on how quickly you pass through the forest, but it's doable. It's definitely doable.
We don't have a ranger, so we can't like go like, oh, dun 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 dun, and like haul ass or anything. But
Right. So taking a look at this map, way up in the north there where the little green line is, they are dropping you off kind of right here. And you're going to be heading through the forest to get to Nordheim from there. And that is where we will pick up when we come back from our 10-minute break.
10-minute break. All right, we're going to take a little break, get some refreshments, and use the facilities. And if you guys need to do the same out there in chat, do so, because we're going to be back in 10 minutes. I'm going to fire up a countdown. Actually, it's going to be just a tad longer than 10 minutes. It's going to be about 11 minutes. And I'm going to start some pretzel, too. So if you're listening, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. So chill out, hang tight, and come back. See you in a minute. Well, I got to find the button. There it is. Yeah, that one's good for now. Yeah, that one's good for
Alrighty,
now.
we're back. All right. So you guys are able to ride with the Valkyries again for day 17, and they drop you off near the river. Let's see if anything happens that night. And you guys are able to rest through the night as well without any issue. As it is now the 18th, you have a large river in front of you. But it's not super deep. There's a nearby ford. They tell you where you'll be able to cross the river, and they tell you to head due north from where they are. And the only other advice they give you is to be careful in the forest.
Be careful of what in the forest? Like the trees?
We don't know any details. Odin has forbidden us from entering this realm. The entire region of Nordheim. Pull up the story from a little bit ago. Odin shuns the dead of Nordheim. The dead of the Nordheim region have been judged unworthy, so no Valkyrie may set foot there.
They're all standing in the forest going, "We're not worthy."
And they say they tell you that after they dropped you off, their mission with you has come to an end, and they wish you a good journey, and they fly away.
None of us wave goodbye.
They
Blink
don't wave
starts
goodbye
to
either.
wave goodbye, and Quint like knocks his hand down.
Stop! They don't care.
All right. So it is now the morning of the 18th. It's a relatively easy passage across the river to ford across, and then the forest doesn't start right away. It's fairly sparse at first, and then it just slowly gets more and more dense as you go into it.
I'm gonna put
Now-
the table up so.
Yeah. As you guys are walking through this forest, the first thing you notice is that it's disturbingly quiet. You don't hear birds. You don't see any small animals. In fact, you don't see any animal life of any kind, not even insects buzzing. It's cold. There's patches of snow all around. You can tell there's been recent snowfall, but it's just silent and almost misty. It's difficult to see terribly far. You can only have a visibility of maybe 40 to 50 feet. Beyond that, it gets very foggy and misty, at least in this part of the forest.
Oh, this is kind of like home.
Yeah,
Shadow.
yeah, it's
shadow.
dark. It's very shadowy. A lot of shadows here, and about an hour or so after you guys have entered into the forest, you begin hearing these faint sounds from around you, these slight moans.
I'm on the wrong table on that stream. Thanks for. I pushed the wrong button. Thanks, Jeremiah.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear these moans occasionally, these odd sounds, and you start to see kind of right at the edge of your vision of the mist, you see little kind of a dwarf-sized wispy figures that briefly fade into view and then fade out. As you continue walking deeper into the woods, further and further and further, you start to make out that these are kind of pale in the shape of dwarves. And you look around you, you can see there are a lot of them throughout these woods that are just surrounding you. And they're, most of them are fairly far away, but they're just kind of spread out all through the woods. And they're meandering, not really seeming to pay attention to anything. And you see them from, again, all around you. These pale, wasted shapes. They're still wearing this ragged remnants of clothes. It's obviously they're the clothes that they died in. The dwarves kind of shuffle around in the woods aimlessly. Their hair and beards are all knotted and littered with leaves and brambles. Some of the dwarves are carrying things clutched in their withered claw-like hands. There's tools, mugs, weapons, even toys from some of the little dead children.
That one's got a teddy bear.
Would you please kindly call my phone?
No.
As if they'd simply forgotten
Your
to let
mic's
them
hot,
go.
Sven. We're not calling her
Okay.
phone for her.
Okay.
They don't say anything other than the occasional, moaning that they let out. And after a little bit,
do we
Go
get
ahead.
the impression these are Reaver dwarves that have died, or just like regular type of dwarves?
you're not really sure. The history that you were told a little bit about Nordheim was the primary kingdom of the Reaver dwarves.
So it could be. Huh?
It could be. But most of them are, they're not wearing anything. They look kind of like this.
Ew.
And the further you go, you notice that, at first it starts off with a handful and then dozens. And pretty soon, maybe hundreds around you in the forest.
We're trying to
And at some point, you try to avoid them. You try to stay away from them as much as you can. And at some point, though, you notice that they are noticing you. And they slowly turn
we all point at you see a spot.
and begin kind of walking towards you in this slow-paced shuffle. Their heads swivel to orient these empty eye sockets that have nothing in them. And they kind of just walk towards you.
Are they like?
Is there anything in the Book of Undead about this?
Give me a religion check. All right. Well, with that, you do know a little bit. So what you know about this region from the book, it has a little section on them. These are called cursed multitudes, and these are remnants of a great kingdom of Reaver dwarves that fell during a terrible winter. Nobody knows how, but it is certain that the kingdom was felled from the inside. Many blame the frost giants, winter gods, fae, or even demons from the endless void. Whatever the truth is, its people remained in the fallen kingdom, cursed to wander between life and death in the forest and the ruins of their ancient home.
Does it say anything about how to ward yourself from them, or are they doing anything in particular? Do they
Right
attack
now,
you or anything?
right now they're not doing anything. They can be aggressive, but in general they're not. I mean, if you're aggressive to them, they'll be aggressive back for sure.
So
But it
just
doesn't have any
just try to
further
stay away
detail
from
about
them.
that.
Is that what we're supposed to do? I wouldn't have a problem getting away from them, but you guys probably will. Quint can fly up to the trees or something.
I offer one of them a rat.
You want a rat?
So they come up to within a little longer than arm's reach from you, and they kind of shuffle forward and just stop. They're looking at you, and they just wait. Their limbs are stiff. They're not really grabbing anything or reaching, or they're not. Most of them are not holding any weapons of any kind. And they're just kind of surround you.
What do they smell like?
Very little smell actually. They almost look ethereal, like ghost, not zombie.
So we don't smell the undead, you know what I mean?
No,
It's
no.
not. It's not
But
like
the hair's rising on the back of your neck for sure.
I shaved that shit off a couple levels ago. All these undead around.
So how do you guys want to proceed? You gonna do anything or just ignore them and go on?
Well, not ignore them, but try to avoid them as best we can. I mean, try not to piss them off.
Yeah, I have a drift globe too. I can always cast daylight if they crowd us too much without anybody who actually has a spell slots having to do it.
What's daylight do? Just make them squint?
I don't know, man. I'm not a magic user. We're in the brainstorming phase. I didn't think there was any bad ideas.
That's a lot of nice perceptions.
Yeah, some good perception rolls. Pretty much everybody except customer support bot.
Hey, look, you guys got a budget model, okay? Refurbished.
Notices
playing with his globe. Ding, 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 ding.
Notices actually that the dwarves seem to be surrounding Sertegos, and looking at him, the holy robes of Sister Adeline around his neck are glowing softly. It's very subtle, but there is a light emanating from the holy robes. And they all seem to be coming close and just kind of looking at him.
Huh, did anybody know it would do that?
It's if you listen real quietly, it says, "Step into the light, Carolyn." I don't know what her name was. Poltergeist.
I'm going to slightly push on his shoulder to make him lean towards the dwarves to see if it glows brighter when he's a little bit closer.
It doesn't change in brightness.
I'm going to shove him hard. No, I'm just kidding.
So does that just glow when there's undead
I'll walk
near?
forward toward them.
Okay. So as you walk towards them, you notice the moaning that they were doing. These moaning sounds almost seem to take on a sing-song tone, and they begin to enter almost into this very strange, disturbing harmony with their sound, and they follow you. They crowd around each other. Everybody's trying to get as close as they can, but always staying at least arm's distance away from you.
Okay. So I will move off to the side, like to the east of the rest of the party, and then we'll continue down to where we're headed.
Okay.
Leading them with us.
All right. So you guys travel through the day without event. By the end of the day, you notice that the dozens that you had started has turned into hundreds of these ghostly dwarf spirits surrounding you. The vast majority are congregating around Sertegas and the holy robes, but the rest of you have to dodge and duck your way around as you proceed along the path. You're gonna say something, Blink?
No, I was gonna ask if they were still with us and like following along, but
Yes.
you answered that. So yeah.
All right. You make it to the evening. You set up camp, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, I think we do our regular process, just trying to stay away from these things as much as possible. Do they react once we like build a fire and stuff? Do they?
They don't react to the fire at all.
Okay.
It's almost like they don't even see it.
I'm going to move away from while they set up camp and stuff, and then I'll come back when they're done.
Okay. That significantly helps because the large multitude of them are away. So you have a little bit more freedom to set up camp and collect supplies and gather things together. All right, let's go through the night.
I'm going to get some like branches and stuff and try to like fence off a little area around him so they're not like right up in his face.
It's pretty difficult, but again, as you say, they always stay at least an arm's length away from you. Like if you move, they move back out of the way. They're not getting into touching distance.
Are they incorporeal? I mean, do they like walk through the fire?
Are you gonna touch them? They haven't walked through any trees that you've seen.
I'm not gonna touch them.
And none of them walk through the fire, but they're not paying attention to it really.
All right.
It's like it has no meaning to them.
If we've been going along for all this time and nothing has happened where we could have possibly seen them like walk through a tree or anything like that, I'll just like Blink will just like pick up a stone, and one that is like facing away from him, he'll just like lightly kind of toss it and see if just a little pebble just to see if it like what happens, if it goes through him or what.
All right. It does not go through it. It just kind of bounces off it. And you notice in my initial description, they do have bits of trees and leaves and twigs in their beards and stuff. But they do kind of appear this incorporeal look, but they actually do have a solid form.
So the trees and leaves look like regular trees and leaves, and not incorporeal like they are?
No, the trees, leaves, everything else just looks natural.
Interesting.
All right, so you guys sleep through the night. You get a long rest, no combat.
I think we should have to roll a saving throw
singing.
To see if we actually get a long rest.
They're singing. It's like white noise.
Yeah.
Oh, I love my white noise.
You're starting to harmonize. I do too. I like white noise.
I always have white noise going. I mean, when I'm sleeping.
So today is the 19th. And you guys begin journeying again. And very similar to the day before, you get going and more and more and more of these things start pressing in. The sounds of their moans are growing louder as it goes along. And the sound of it begins to kind of really press itself on you. So
I'm gonna turn off the microphones in my ears.
I'm gonna turn down my hearing aids.
Was I able to find out any more information from the book as we rested?
No, there really wasn't a whole lot of information other than what I already shared.
Okay. How do the Shield Maidens? Are they still with us? Do they seem
They're
weirded
still
out?
with you. They are very creeped out. They don't have a lot of information either. They've never been in this part of the north, and it's disturbing them greatly.
I don't know what's going on here. Blink's a little freaked out, so I'm gonna use Flash of Genius on myself when I make this save to give myself a bonus.
Okay, sure.
That did not work.
Haha, I'm more charismatic than you. And I don't have
Yeah, that didn't
skin.
Yeah,
apply.
because the
Yeah.
roll was pushed through roll for
The
initiative.
requested rolls thing.
Yeah.
So that would have been, you would have saved it.
18. It would have
Yeah,
been
it
18.
would have been 18. All right, so who failed? Tyrion, Quint, and CSB.
I wonder if you put the bonus in the modifier box and then rolled it. Might have worked that way.
Yeah,
That might
I don't
have
know.
worked. I'll try that next time.
So I want each of you to roll on this table for me.
Can I pick something?
Man, I love being paralyzed.
You get stuck in a logic loop.
Like
Recursion,
Quint's like-
recursion.
Quinn like nudges Blink and says, "Can I have one of your rats? A juicy one."
Oh man, Blink is so excited.
Almost
He takes
vomits
his
in his
hat
mouth.
off,
Please.
pulls out a rat. You know, it's live and wriggling, and just hands it over.
Oh, a live one. Oh, thank you. No, no. Starts chewing on it.
As
Totally
pretty good,
not
right?
enjoying it.
Each of you that failed has gotten a form of short-term madness for a while today. Unfortunately, the short-term madness only lasts like 10 minutes, and you guys are able to press on after eating some dead rats and taking a short rest and getting rid of the
How many
babbling
rats do you
halfling.
have?
Well, I mean, my hat can make 2 more. So.
Yum.
Did Tyrion say anything cool? I just was T-posing in the corner.
The character does whatever anyone tells him or her to do that isn't obviously self-destruct. That would be a fun one too.
Yeah, there's some good ones.
So what's causing this madness? The noise?
You think it's the noise of them, the sounds that they're making, and it doesn't sound like words, but it's definitely increasing in volume. And as you guys, push on through the day, trying to get to the other end of this forest.
Would earplugs help? Quint's got
Yeah, are
weird
we able to
earplugs.
use wax or candle wax? I have candles.
Anybody cast silence, please?
You're gonna do ear candling? Boil melted ear wax in your ears.
Well, Quint's going to try his earplugs and see if they work.
All right, you can try them.
Say, quiet. Which way are we going? I don't even know where I got those
Okay.
from.
Yeah, I don't know where they came from. That looks like a comprehensive equipment item, I think. All right, so you guys are able to travel through the rest of this day. You actually have no encounters along the way. Very good. And you're able to rest through the night.
I keep forgetting we got the troll girls with us.
Can I retcon it that when Quint ate the rat, I then pulled out the wand of smiles and used it on him so that he like had a big smile while he was eating the rat?
Absolutely.
This isn't
I love
funny.
it.
I don't know how you can do this. He's trying not to vomit. He does throw up very quickly.
So the last day in the morning, when you wake up and you look around, and there are literally thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of these dwarves surrounding you, and they're pressing in almost closer and closer as
Like a
you guys
freaking
begin to
ocean
walk.
of dead dwarfs. How did all these Quint's like, where did all these dead dwarfs come from? I mean,
And I'm going to
somebody
pray throughout
was
the
it
night to see if I can get any kind of
plague?
clarity or what I should be doing with this.
Okay. Do you have a spell like augury or anything
No.
else that you're gonna use? Okay. Um, and as you get up again, the sound is almost deafening, but it's in your mind. It's not just in your ears, but it's weighing on your psyche. Um,
So Quint's been saying
as
what all day, and it's not really helping.
it is helping a little bit,
What?
but what it basically changes is the next little bit. Quint doesn't know. But as you
I
guys
gotta
are
turn my
walking
headset off.
along, you notice that the moaning starts to become a little bit clearer, and you actually start to hear little voices that become distinct coming out of this massive cacophony of sound. I was Kraki, a proud warrior of the Firefist clan. A dozen trolls have fallen under my axe. 6 rings bestowed for my service. Another one shuffles in. It looks like a younger woman. Helga was my name, a silversmith. My wares were sold as far away as the Maroti Empire. 7 children I bore, sons 3 and daughters 4. And soon,
So after the second one happens, I will repeat back what they say
okay,
as like an orator telling a story. See if that does anything, releases them.
they don't seem to respond to your answering, but all of them start trying to clamber close and like they have something they desperately want to say. Um, one guy comes up and he's Sigmar, a cook, and he had the best venison stew that was the favorite of the captain of the watch. And my mom made me Ingmar. My uncle made me a pair of boots for my last birthday when I turned 12. Um, One guy says, after I stole the jewels, I hid them behind a loose stone in the wall. I wanted to pull them out and look at them, admire them, but I was too afraid somebody would see and say, Flocky, he is a thief. Um, and these stories go on, dozens, hundreds of these individual little life moments that they seem to desperately to want to be remembered.
Am I able to move away from the group enough where they're not affected by the noise?
There's too many at this point. There's thousands and thousands now surrounding you. You can still move, but they've pressed in close enough that their fingertips are lightly touching your skin now as you move. It's really like going through a closet full of hanging clothes, and you got to press them aside as you work your way through.
They're touching me.
And
They're touching me.
yes,
After they say their little bit, does anything happen to them, or do they just kind of like
they just
drift
kind of,
back?
as soon as they say, then they step back, and then they'll come forward and say it again, and step back. Each one of them is trying to take their turn to be remembered. All right, so it's just Quint and Tarian. Failed this time. All right, so Quint, give me one of those.
I don't want another rat. I
Tarian.
don't want another rat. I don't want. Ah.
And then give me a 1d10 each. as these last for 1d10 times 10 hours.
Wow.
Wow.
Long-term madness. So Quince is 30 hours, so until the next day, and Tarian's is 50 hours. So 2 full days.
Yeah, so Quint's like,
How
they're
far are
touching
we
me.
away
They're
from
they're
this fight?
touching me. They keep touching me. I can't get them off of me. I can't hear you.
Well,
Oh, he takes his
you
earphones.
know that you have to get there to the temple by tonight. Tonight's the new moon.
That's not good.
Would you impose?
It's not great.
Let's see. Do I have one for that covers all of those? Here we go.
Do we just think that Tarian's just stuck in rage or something?
Well,
Is it-
she's
Is this
she
considered a curse?
no, it's a form of long-term madness that has a defined time period.
Can my tick be like Tourette's, where I just like swear constantly too while it's happening?
Sure.
What in halfling? Do you curse in halfling or common?
Banana nipple.
Coconut pie. Yeah.
I keep thinking of Terry Pratchett's "The Cut Me Own Throat" Dibbler, and his creative swearing throughout the entire thing.
Just make him stop touching me. I can't take it.
Okay, why did it? There, that should do it. But you push forward by Sir Tagos distancing himself a little bit. It does get a little easier for the rest of you to push through, but it's still a struggle. And you end up pushing through the entire day, knowing you got to get there. And it's actually not until almost 10 p.m. that you exit you start to see the edge of the forest ahead of you. And you notice as you approach the edge of the forest, all of the dwarves around you seem to stop. They won't go beyond the edge of the forest.
Are they smart?
They stand massed right at the edge of it, and as
Quint
it
doesn't.
thins out. Sorry, go ahead.
I say Quint doesn't even hesitate to get out of there. Sven, there's a lot of open mic on your end. Do you got a lot of voice sensitivity low or something?
My mic is muted, so I don't think it's me.
Oh, tap on your mic while it's muted.
Your ninja mic is open. Nope. No, it's not.
Yeah, I heard the snapping fingers just in front of the camera. Maybe your camera's on.
Yeah, here it's their Discord. I can see the green circle around you.
It's got the
I've
wrong
never
audio
had that
device.
on. I don't know how to change it.
Well, I'm
Maybe
assuming that's what it is.
switched your default audio device for some reason when you disconnected and reconnected.
User settings by your name, and then voice and video should have the option.
Yeah,
Unless, of
so
course,
as
you're
you
using potato or something, then the whole thing changes.
yeah, it's a whole different ball game. As you exit the tree line, you notice outside the tree line that there is this huge crater carved into the earth. And at the very bottom of this huge crater that's been gouged out of the earth is a cunningly crafted temple of dark wood, its lines and peaks barely visible in the starlight on this moonless night.
Maybe that's what we're looking for. Does it? Well, I mean, does it look like something like crashed here and made the crater? Or
Maybe at some point, some great force caused a massive explosion here and created this crater.
oh, so it
You
looks
don't know
like
if
it
it
was
was
like.
natural or a god or what, but something. It's like something, yeah, carved out this giant crater in the ground. Um, but then there's this newly built temple at the bottom.
Made out of dark wood.
Yep.
Is there a symbol on the temple?
You're too far away to see any symbols. Um, but
Now, I know
if you want to
this
get closer.
is traditionally a bad thing to do unless you're making a Swedish black metal album, but does the church look burnable? Because I do have a circuit of blasting.
I mean, it's wood. The area around you is covered in snow, except you notice right around it. As you get a little bit closer, I'm going to put you guys on the map.
Because I have a movable rod, I can just shove that in the front door and then burn the place down. We don't even have to go in.
Is there like a sign on the front that says like "Welcome to the Midnight Temple"?
Is there valet
No.
guys parking vehicles? What? If it's a wedding, perhaps we need to dress up a little.
Oh, I got that covered.
Right.
I got masquerade tattoo, baby. I can disguise self for an hour.
You guys are actually a little bit further back, but you can see it from the outside. And from a distance, what you can see, get to the description area here, is this structure of it's really dark. It's hard to tell, but it's this dark wood. There's a stone foundation, and it has peaked roofs, and pointed spires are layered with thick shingles like dragon scales. On the western side, there are two or three double doors, two pairs. There is a pair of doors on the south side and on the north side that allow entrance, and then the main entrance are three pairs of double doors on the west side. Let me turn off token lock. You guys would kind of be off in that direction, or actually you'd be coming from the south.
Is either of the doors marked bride or groom? Just want to.
The path of packed earth winds its way down into the broad, shallow bowl of the earth that's been dug up to expose this once subterranean building. All entrances from there into the still underground areas of Nordheim have been buried. The other thing that you can see, it's very hard to make out, but there are these odd-looking stones all around the the building. They seem to form a ring around the building, and inside them, there's no snow falling.
I'm not seeing much but black.
Still can't see anything yet?
Well, I saw like the outline of the castle at one point, but is anybody else seeing anything? Or is it mostly black for you guys too? I see a pair of doors. That's all I see right here.
Yeah, once you move the token, your token, everything goes black.
Let me try to
Oh yeah.
let me try to close the map and
Okay.
reopen it and see. That
Yeah,
helped a
Everybody able
little.
to see?
Yeah, that helped.
No,
There's
I'm
no
good.
ambient light. Because it's new moon. So it should be fairly dark. Let me just turn off lighting for a second so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. Is that more visible?
Yeah, I see some green stuff
Green
around
ring.
the outside now.
Why can't you see? Oh, because the background was
There we go.
turned off.
There. Now we can see
Ah.
the background.
That helps.
And we have
Duh.
snow.
Self.
Don't see a dirt road though.
Sven, your voice is really soft.
It's like you're far away now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in a well, guys. It's okay.
Is Lassie
Uh,
barking? Do we hear Lassie barking?
now the shield maidens that are with us, they probably stand out quite a bit. I mean, like are they going to be able to blend in like we do? Or like we could? Not that we can blend in. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Wait,
God.
who blends in?
I mean,
Yeah,
maybe Quint
confused there for a
could
second.
blend in a little because he's kind of a shadow fae, but
Well, I've got disguise self. I can blend in, you know?
well, we could disguise him.
That's what I was wondering. Like, what preparations have we made before we got up there? Or are we just leaving them, like, back in the
Well-
forest?
Well, I think we're hiding behind this bush and discussing it currently.
Yeah, and
Do we
you guys, like I said, are a bit farther away than.
Do we see people outside?
Not until you get a lot closer. Right now you can just see from a distance. It's going to take you a little bit to get down there. If you want to get closer, then you'll start to.
So we
to see
got to
the
kind of
people that are
like
there.
climb down into this crater and
Mhm.
and stuff. So I think we should like find a spot that's got the least amount of like doors and windows on the building and then come down on that side maybe.
You see no windows.
Okay.
There's
Doors
doors on
then.
the west. The main entrance seems to be the doors on the west, but there is no windows whatsoever.
Well, Quint says we probably should do a perimeter check all the way around.
They can't have windows. It's a dark wedding.
I mean, they could be fake windows. They build all these storage units around here in Florida now. And they just put fake windows up top. They don't do anything. It's just a piece of plexiglass and a frame is all it is.
That's true.
So let's try to like disguise ourselves as undead wedding guests, I guess. If we're gonna try to sneak in, right? Is that what we're trying to do?
Yeah, I can disguise self because of my tattoo magics, so I can do it. And I'm already wearing
Well, we should
Bloodsworn Ghoul
probably
armor.
climb down there before we start casting spells in case it takes us a while to get down the cliff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can time it so that you're far enough away
Yeah. So we're gonna
for
like
casting spells.
try to get down stealthily, not killing anybody, climbing, and then find a spot nearby that's a couple hundred yards off that we can hide, and then we're gonna like disguise ourselves. Ooh, we get some light.
I'll climb on somebody's back, and you can cover me with your cloak and like kind of hunch a little, like I'm your hunchback.
The sisters and I will wait behind the trees and then charge forward. There's no way we will be able to disguise ourselves, and I wouldn't want to even if I could.
All right. Which direction are you guys approaching from?
We can't really tell like where the front doors are.
The main front doors are on the western side. There are additional doors on the south and the north. There are no doors on the east, but there are 3 large double doors on the western side.
I think Quint wants to go like sneak up to these doors by himself, like ahead of the party, all stealthy, and like try
You
to.
should stop before that ring of stone things and check those out before you just go.
Yeah, that's
all the
probably a
way
good
up.
idea. Yeah, so he's gonna come up to like here. Oh, I guess I can move my token, right? I don't have to point. What is this?
Yep.
I have a light on me.
You have dark vision.
Oh, that's dark vision. That's pretty cool.
It's
like,
dark.
It's just like a big eyeball. All right, so
Give me a stealth check.
Come on, that 20 plus 10. Use your inspiration.
Okay.
Gonna like dun 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 dun.
Okay, stop.
dun.
Get behind that tree.
In the middle of a tactical somersault, he is spotted.
Looks like a little dwarf or something.
Yeah, so you see a small group of, there's 4 of them, and they look like these ugly little dwarf-looking creatures, except they've got really dark skin, pale white hair, um, really quite ugly looking, big kind of pale eyes, and they're seem to be patrolling around the region, but they haven't noticed you. You can tell.
Can I tell if they got? Oh, well, obviously, I probably assumed they had dark vision since it's dark out and they're just wandering around without tripping over themselves. But so Quint's gonna be like,
They don't seem to be bothered by the dark at all.
he's gonna say a curse word in Elven, and then he's gonna move back to the party,
Okay.
and he's gonna tell them that there's a patrol moving around the outside. I can't get too close, or I would have been spotted.
So what if we just go up there and show them our wedding invitation? Just say, hey, we're here for the wedding.
Yeah, I'll go in ghoul form.
Then we'll leave all of the shield maidens and our paladin out here in the snow.
Well, don't we have cloaks at least that you can kind of cover over your head?
They didn't say anything when we the night before we attacked them.
Yeah, the other patrol seemed fine.
true.
Like, it's a wedding. All types of people come. You know, that one uncle you don't like, some friends you don't remember from high school. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Wedding
We can just claim
crashers.
we're really bad guys, you know. We kill all sorts of people. We're just not undead.
Yeah, we look like this to trick the good guys.
We're here to present this cannon to the wedding party.
This guy Quint
Screw-
here eats rats.
Screw you, they can't have my cannon.
Taking fur out of my teeth still.
So you want to approach the front door, or?
Yeah, I think so. If we're gonna pretend we're going to the wedding, we should at least like
Yeah,
pretend we're going to the front.
we just walk right in like we own the place.
Let's come over this way.
Right. Who's going up front?
I just kind of figure we're gonna come from like this direction, so we kind of swing around.
Hold up, right there. And you see there are 2 people standing in front of the door there. Let me see.
Hut, 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 hut,
Okay,
hut,
you are
hut, hut.
CSB is just outside of visual range.
Can I step forward one so I can see?
Okay.
No, because then they'd see me. Never mind. I'll just use my imagination.
We don't care if they see us. We're moving up towards the front door. We got an invitation. We're going to the wedding. We're gonna see what happens.
Oh, he said to wait, so I thought something was going to
just
happen.
making sure you were all in position before we.
Before the initiative starts.
Yeah, before we roll initiative. So who is approaching?
I think Quinn should go first. What do you guys think? The guy with
Yeah,
a little
probably
more
not me. I'm
charisma?
still all twitchy.
Yeah, I am bad at everything, so I'm just going to look like a
Okay,
ghoul
so
and
stop
walk.
right there, Quint.
I want to walk behind Quint like I'm his bodyguard. A ghoul, like manservant.
All right, when you get to there, give me a perception check, Quint. $17, that's pretty good.
That's my passive.
Sorry. Yeah. So you get up to there, and the two individuals in front of the door kind of take a step forward and take a look at you. And the one to the south, this guy, you see him look up, and there is a look of absolute shock and surprise on his face. And you recognize him,
Oh shit.
and he recognizes
Whoops.
you as Vukas Shroudson, the ghoul shadowmancer you met at the castle, who fled through the shadow gateways.
Is that the one that stuck me with an arrow, or is that another guy?
No. This is the one at the general's castle where you
Oh,
killed
yeah.
everybody, and he escaped through a shadow portal, and you couldn't follow him.
Oh yeah.
And he looks up at you and yells to Quint, "It's your fault I got assigned here!" And with that, we're going to roll.
It's your fault I got assigned here. It's too cold.
Never leave survivors. Never.
We
Well,
try
he
to
ran
kill
away
them.
really quickly. Yeah.
What happens when somebody jumps through a portal and you can't go after them?
Yeah.
I guess I don't need to come up with some story or why we're here. We're just gonna get into a fight in the front doors.
Yep.
CSB is still working on a story. He's going to yell it out in the middle of the fight.
He's like, "You fool! I am in disguise. This is not actually Quint. It's some other guy."
Do we leave the presents here, or is there a table inside?
Yeah.
We didn't know about the registry.
My name is Quint, and
Holy
I
crap,
am
was dead
here
rats.
because I am charmed, and you guys are going to eat me for dinner. Maybe. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Try to bluff my way. Not gonna happen.
All right. Yeah, this guy absolutely recognizes you, Quint. And CSB is the combo of you two.
I look like a
Really
ghoul.
distinct. You look like a ghoul?
Yeah, I'm a disguised self. So I'm in my bloodsworn armor. I didn't even have to disguise self the armor because it's really ghoul armor that I took off a ghoul I murdered.
Yeah,
But
all you needed to do was disguise a little bit of rotting flesh.
yeah, I could probably just have worn a ghoul skin.
I mean, Quint thought if he had his
All right.
cloak up and he was shadowy, he would be unnoticed. But
Yeah. However, I am an idiot, so I wave and say, "Hi, Vukas."
it's all mechanical.
Tokens are not locked, John.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. Blink has already previously cast Disguise Self on himself, so he looks like a Reaver Dwarf, right?
Okay.
And he hears this. He runs forward, using both of his his move and his action, holding up the invitation, and he says, "I have an invitation. I don't know those two." And that's it. That's what Blink does.
Oh.
Okay.
So he ran past the stones. Quint's like, "Okay, maybe they don't blow up."
Yeah. Does anything happen?
No. I mean, you gonna go over and inspect them, or?
Not yet.
Really not in the
I
middle
guess
of combat.
he's just gonna do like a double move on his turn.
Okay.
And he's all, looking like he's having a seizure while he's moving and saying random swear words and nonsense words and just
Banana pudding.
like he's
Hand and drink.
possessed.
Enormous mustache points.
So are there any other guests like behind us or coming down the sides of the thing? Like, or is this the best and most punctually attended wedding ever? Nobody's late?
You haven't seen any other guests outside, so
Okay.
you're not sure. Doesn't mean there aren't any, just you haven't seen them yet. I'm doing the too many things in the combat tracker drill.
Can you do group initiative with hordes like that?
Well, not really. With Fantasy Grounds, you have the choice of either everything's individual or everything's group. So
Okay.
you can do group. It just
Yeah.
Well, it's not. It's the rule set too, because Savage Worlds you can put groups under individual things. So.
that's not been built in. The grace points.
All for damaging focus. No.
They're going to do their support.
He figured out his mic. I don't know.
I don't see any kind of range for it, so
Oh, weird.
we get advantage on our very first attack roll. And then yeah, I am going to do the damage to Vukas at level 2, or using 2 points.
Yeah, death to narcs.
It would have worked if it wasn't for you.
Why don't you get cock and dice on some of those? It's like there's a bump in the middle of the combat tracker there.
Yeah, it only looks flat from this top-down view. It's actually like a terrain map of the Grand Canyon if you look at it from the side.
Yeah, it's sloping down. Certigas.
All right, so I'm going to once again imbue myself with the divine burst of speed. I'm going to move up 45 feet. And I think I'll give out a little bit of blessings. Yay, it worked. All right, awesome.
Yeah, he didn't target Blink, so I think his cover is still good, John. Just in case you're keeping track. I think they believe Blink 100%.
I hope so. I don't have a plan for this yet, but I'm sure I'm going to do something with it.
He is a rat-eating kobold, so
I'm going to move up, and I'm going to tell Vukas, here is my invitation, and I'm going to stab him.
All right.
All right, stab at him, I meant. Action surge.
He gets out of the way. That one finally hits.
Awesome. I was targeting myself the whole time.
No wonder you kept missing.
All right. Well, that's embarrassing. I'm going to heal myself real quick. Would any of those have hit him? Probably not, the 13 or 14, but the 23 probably would have.
Yeah, the 23 would have.
Right.
Double check his AC. Yeah.
Just drag it on him. That's how I don't open his sheet or not. I just drag the shit on him. Boop.
Yeah, 13 would have missed.
Right. Well, then I get one more attack, this time targeting the right dude, I hope. Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Perfect. Everything's coming together.
Oops.
Quint.
So Quint's gonna move over this direction. Oops. What's that? What's going on?
I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, the pointer selected. You know, Leirun gives some classes on Pentagon. If you
I
know.
have pointer selected. I was trying to move
I-
my token.
You were drawing a pointer for something.
I don't know. It wouldn't stop either. So he's going to move around here, and so he can get a shot at this guy with his bow. And take a shot. He's like, oh, I remember you. Foot sickles.
And nearly hits customer support bot.
Thank God I had a blast, or I would have really screwed up. And
Well, the one on the bless
I
too.
think as a bonus action, he is going to back up. He's like, oh, I've got my bow backwards, so.
Okay, so this guy realizes that everybody's under attack here. So he takes a step back. Now, Blink, are you going to attack him? He doesn't
No,
seem to be paying attention to you.
no,
He's like,
I'm maintaining the charade that I am on their side.
All right. So he casts a spell. And just for a nice image, this is what the guy looks like.
Fu Manchu.
Fu Manchu. And
Is he eyeless? Or is he
no,
just
he has
squinting?
eyes. He's just really
Okay.
wrinkly.
Gotcha.
As right between Tarian and customer support bot, right between you two, out of the ground, rivulets of blood begin to pool up out of the ground, almost like water flowing in reverse. As right near your feet, a blood elemental rises. And then he steps through the door here and waves to Blink.
Like waving me inside.
Yeah, waving you in.
All right. I nod and I'm like I'm coming.
All right. And the blood elemental gets to go first. And what does he want to do? Sorry, I'm not used to this creature. So this thing flows into Tarian's space.
An alphabet of hepatitis.
Yes. Does that trigger your sentinel, or
If
he hasn't
if
left
it's an
your threatening
attack,
range?
yeah. If it's a regular attack, I don't think so though.
There's no attack roll. It's not an attack by.
Yeah, then it wouldn't. It's when a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you.
Okay, yeah, so it's not an attack. Where's Tyrion?
It's just a hug you die from.
Target Tyrion, not there. All right, so this thing flows over you, Tyrion, and you're just surrounded by bubbling pools of partially coagulated blood as you make your saving throw.
All the twitching probably helped.
Probably kept it out of your mouth so you weren't swallowing it. And it looks like it's not a half damage on failure. So it's going to just stay there. And that's its turn.
Missing nose.
Yeah. That's what him and his buddies were out looking for. Dropped it.
See,
That
it's
it?
ground.
No.
It's ground blood, so it's not as bad as if it was like human or animal blood. So it's okay.
Yeah. It's really old dwarf blood. As these things start hearing the battle and come running, quickly skip through them. All right, Halfrid.
All right, so she's going to move forward 30 feet.
Okay.
And then she's going to aim high and throw her javelin at this blood elemental. Thank you. And because of the grace points, she has advantage on her first attack. Nice. So as long as Tyrion doesn't jump up, he should be safe. And this thing goes through it and slams into the stone behind it, now covered in red.
So you got to ask Tyrion which is more comfortable, swimming in a gelatinous cube or in a blood elemental.
That's right.
Yeah, the cube tasted better.
There's little bits of fruit in it and everything.
She's gonna see if she can see this guy by moving over here. Quinta did move back, by the way, since you're clicking on accept movements. Let's see if she can see that when she gets over there. So she can only see the blood elemental, so she's gonna try to hit it with one of her javelins at long range. Does it cover? Does it do it when I hover over? No. The cops.
It doesn't for you?
Not when I'm hovering over the weapon attack. I don't see it.
NPC.
Yeah, it'd have to be on the combat tracker for NPCs. That's something I need to add.
But she's gonna try to chuck this thing at this elemental, aiming high as she can, because she knows down below there's a short little halfling. Does some javelin. Ooh, maximum damage. Well, that was laggy. And she throw 2 javelins?
Nope, just one.
Damn it.
As Vukas.
Quinn kind of gives him the... Gorgeous 24 months.
Targets customer support bot and Tarian. I'm gonna move the blood elemental out of the way to target Tarian. Nope, come on.
Hit blink instead. What does that mean? Talking about chat.
Gorgio hit blink. Nah. He is gonna target them. And so that's going to give you, he casts a spell on you. Give me a saving throw. And CSB fails while Tarian succeeds. So if the saving throw fails, the creature perceives its allies as hostile shadowy monsters, and it must attack its nearest ally. An affected creature repeats the saving throw at the end of its turn, ending the effect on itself with a successful save.
Uh-oh.
So now you think Tarian is a wispy, shadowy monster.
Inside the blood elemental.
I'm
Inside
inside
the
the blood elemental, so I think if you're trying to attack Tarian, you should also have to attack the blood elemental.
And after that, he is going to withdraw a little bit. Actually, yeah, he's going to come back to the door and enter into the door. And get stuck in the door.
Shift.
And close it behind him. Sorry, this is getting annoying.
Ooh, colors.
I turned off the lighting.
It's cool for like the initial ambience, but yeah.
Yeah.
Now that we're all within 60 feet of one another, it doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of these guys outside.
Yeah, there are.
We can
These
hear
were
them all. Hut, 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 hut.
So are they the
patrol-
caterers or?
Hey, that's the
Yeah.
guy I saw. The caterers. Yeah, and we're the food they're catering with.
You're the main course.
All right.
I think Tyrion is the appetizer.
I
It's
go
being
straight
marinated.
forward 30 feet. See what I
Maybe
can see.
maybe macerated. I don't know.
All right, yeah, the only bad guy I can see right now that's near close is the Blood Elemental. Javelin. Minimum damage.
2 points.
Okay, so she's just gonna run straight forward, use her action and take a double move, kind of heading straight for the front door.
Just imagine Blink standing there trying to stuff all of his stuff back in his bag. I've got my invitation. It's been standing there for like 20 minutes, it feels like.
Yeah, right.
I think she's gonna take a double move too, try to get all up here.
Okay.
We can all try to sneak in the door behind Blink.
And with that, we're at the top of the round. And it is just
Damn,
a few
it's
minutes
already
before
11 o'clock. Holy crap.
Time flies.
Time does fly. We gotta wait 2 weeks now? I don't want to wait 2 weeks. Let's game tomorrow night. No,
2
I'm kidding.
weeks, you'll disrupt the blood wedding, the dark wedding, the whatever.
So how far into the campaign are we?
So
Halfway-ish?
this chapter, there is the, let's see, the 1, 2, 3. This is the third chapter of 6.
So midway probably.
Roughly midway, but some of them are longer than others.
Cool.
Some are shorter.
So that's it. Empire of the Ghouls session 30 something in the bag. 36 in the bag. Tomorrow night I will be DMing on my channel. Lost Mines of Phandelver is over, and we moved into a carnival that moved into town called Happy Jack's Funhouse. And I don't know how many sessions that's going to be, but so that's tomorrow night over on Rob's channel at 9 o'clock. I don't think I got my stream deck fixed. Let's see. No, it's not linked to the Twitch. I don't know what's going on with it. But that's Saturday. Sunday, All Things Fantasy Grounds Talk Show, 9 o'clock as well. Tuesday, Waterdeep Dragon Heist. We kind of skipped last week because sickly people might have carried me. But we'll be back on that, and then rinse and repeat, because next Friday is Jungles of Cholt. So,
Don't you mean Waterdeep Under Siege there, Drake? Not Waterdeep. You said Dragon Heist.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Wow. Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
I was confused for a second. I was like, oh, wait, are you running
I was
that? Really?
reading some stuff out of Dragon Heist earlier, so maybe my brain did the old thing. But let's go see who's out there to raid. Anybody? We could probably Rob, right? Rob.
Right before he ends?
No, he ends at midnight, doesn't he?
Oh, right. And he goes
he starts an hour later. But he doesn't pay a whole lot of attention to us. Let's go. It's the only person doing D&D right now. So we're going to go raid Rob Tui over on Unknown Whom with Fury Fate DMing. So chat, stick around for a minute. We're going to go raid. But everybody else, we get to say goodnight to you guys. Say goodnight to... Well, we don't know if it's night, because if you're watching this, you're probably watching it on YouTube. So good later, right? So I'm starting the raid. Stick around, chat. We're going to go raid in about 8 seconds, but I'm going to start the outro, and we'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye.